टॉयलेट टैक्स कोई ऐसा टैक्स नहीं है, इसको राजनीतिक लाभ के लिए नहीं उठाना चाहिए, उन चीजों को समझना चाहिए और पहले उनको पढ़ना चाहिए कि क्या चीज है।
सुखू जी को देखो, उसने टॉयलेट पर भी टैक्स लगा दिया। अब इसको क्या कहे, मति भ्रष्ट बोले, क्या बोले, बुद्धि भ्रष्ट बोले, क्या बोले?
अब आप मुझे ये बताइए, जब आप कहते हैं खटाखट खटाखट खटाखट, तो जनता कह रही है ये 25 रुपए टॉयलेट सीट पे क्यों ले रहे हो? हमने क्या पाप किया, क्या गलती है हमारी?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Khata-Khat model Rahul Gandhi promised is becoming a bane for the Congress governments in states. Yes, from Himachal to Karnataka to Telangana, the promised fairy tale is now becoming a nightmare for the Congress Sarkars. The Himachal government, which is in a dire financial crisis, introduced a completely novel tax, a toilet tax. Toilet ek prem katha, famous film that came to promote sanitation and promote the Swachh Bharat mission. But now you have a toilet tax. Yes, viewers, toilet ek tax katha. This, viewers, you heard it right. Desperate Congress government in Himachal Pradesh has proposed levying ₹25 per toilet seat, and this is the 4-page notification that they came out with. 25 rupees per seat is the charge that is going to be levied on every toilet built in houses of those residing in urban areas. The September 21 notification has raised hackles of the Aam Aadmi, the Aam Janta, the public of this country, and even political leaders in the BJP. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Congress Sarkar was clutching at straws to credit salaries of the government staff and pensions just last month. They couldn't pay it on the 1st of last month, instead paid it around the 8th of last month, and that is the situation. So what do? Bring in revenue by levying taxes per toilet seat. After all-round fury, the Congress government now says that the September 21st notification was nixed on the same day due to Deputy Chief Minister's apprehension. However, the question still remains as to why such a circular was introduced in the first place. Conversely, the Congress government is plunging deep into a debt crisis. Himachal's debt has risen from 43% since 2020. That is, now it stands at a whopping figure of 87,700 crore. This financial year, the state has targeted a fiscal deficit of 4.7% of the state's SDP at around 10,700 crore. Clearly, 11,000 crores short of revenue to meet its expenditure, while the revenue deficit is at 2% of the state's domestic product at around 4,500 crores. So how do you fill your coffers? Well, toilet tax per seat, pay to poop. That seems to be the Khata-Khat model that has been worked out. The BJP has claimed that under the Congress government, the people have had only one guarantee, that they will be burdened, while Congress says that the charge is baseless because the notification was withdrawn almost immediately. Listen in to the war of words.
और ये टॉयलेट टैक्स कोई ऐसा टैक्स नहीं है, इसको राजनीतिक लाभ के लिए नहीं उठाना चाहिए, उन चीजों को समझना चाहिए और पहले उनको पढ़ना चाहिए कि क्या चीज है।
माननीय डिप्टी सीएम को वेटिंग के लिए गई तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये देखने में कुछ अबसर्ड लगता है, तो उसी दिन जो है उस जो 25 रुपए का पर टॉयलेट का जो हमने सीवरेज चार्ज लगाया था उसको जो विड्रॉ कर दिया गया।
कि सुखू जी को देखो, उसने टॉयलेट पर भी टैक्स लगा दिया। अब इसको क्या कहे, मति भ्रष्ट बोले, क्या बोले, बुद्धि भ्रष्ट बोले, क्या बोले? इस सरकार की मति भ्रष्ट हो गई, बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो गई।
देश भर में मोदी सरकार ने 12 करोड़ शौचालय बनाए। ये सुखू सरकार का सुख देखो, आपके घर में सीट कितनी है उस पर भी टैक्स लगाने का काम कर दिया टॉयलेट पे।
But is this a story only of one state that is ruled by the Congress party? The debt isn't going low in Karnataka or Telangana either. Both states facing pressure of finances, especially because of the freebies that they have promised in the recent elections. Telangana sitting on a debt of over 6.12 lakh crore rupees, while Karnataka is just a little behind with a debt of 5.53 lakh crore. The legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight: toilet ek tax ka tha for the Congress party? That's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate in the Supreme Court, Vivek Silas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Vivek Srivastav, political analyst. But my first question goes to Tehseen Poonawala, Congress supporter and political analyst. And today, are you supporting the Congress, Tehseen Poonawala? Simply because, I mean, this is the last straw. Tax on toilet, pay to poop. I mean, even that is not free in your own home. In urban centers, are tax inspectors now going to go and check how many toilets exist in a certain residence, and then probably the next year or the next month, when you have more problem in paying government employees' salaries, maybe you will also tax depending on how many times people go to the toilet. I mean, is this the most bizarre tax that anybody has ever heard of?
Thank you for having me on the show, Navika. And in case any general knowledge questions are there, I have written everything down. Capital, total population, total square kilometers. In case we want to get into those debates, everything
total
is
number
down.
Of toilets? How many
I will
states?
come to that. I'll exactly come. That is exactly what I'm coming to. So I was wondering, how can such a flashy story come out almost as if it wants to make, and it almost smelt of making you sit down with the H silent. And I was wondering, where did this poop come from? And then I realized that obviously a notification which does not go into effect is made into a story, a state government notification that hasn't gone into effect, and it's flushed down the media so that it's carried away. So there are two reasons. Why is this story carried today? Because in Uttar Pradesh yesterday there was a massacre, and the deputy speaker in Maharashtra today attempted to commit suicide against reservation. So a diversion has to happen. But now let's go to the story. Let's flush the story down. The fact of the matter is that there has been no such tax. There is a proposal made, a notification that goes to the government, made from some bureaucrats. The deputy chief minister says it's rubbish, flush it down, it's thrown away. 21st September, and suddenly today this notification is made a story of what somebody did not poop is constipated all across the media. I am surprised. I'm sorry for this language, but I'm extremely surprised. Yes, there is a 100 rupees charge per toilet. And yes, there's a counting of toilets that have to happen, because Himachal is a hilly state that has to have a good sewage. And there's been floods in Himachal. One of the reasons of environment damage is to have a good sewage system. So you're counting toilets. And yes, you'll have a water charge of 100 rupees per household in the urban areas. What is wrong in that? I don't understand. Look at the water bills in other states. If the government is coming, and look at how this is masked. Oh, the employees didn't get their salary. No, the employees got their salaries on the 5th. It was delayed by 5 days to save simple interest and thereby saving 64 crore rupees. This has been clarified on Times Now. Tell me, when did the employees not get their salary? But the fact of the matter is, and I want to end here quoting one gentleman from one newspaper, Jairam Thakur, the BJP chief minister, newspaper Times of India. He says Himachal is being discriminated against. We're talking about 2022. The deficit of Himachal will continue to go up. And he then met Nirmala Sitharamanji asking for an extension of the package. In my next segment, I'll tell you how Himachal is being discriminated against. But one last thing. Why all these financial stories only against opposition states and not the BJP states? Why was this story never against Jairam Thakurji when he went to Nirmala Sitharamanji saying how Himachal is being discriminated against? That is what we are talking about. And therefore we say it seems like a constipation spread everywhere against the opposition states.
Well, Tehseen Poonawala, you know, you're questioning why the story came out. 4-page का notification है. It's a 4-page notification.
That
with
didn't go into
detail.
order.
Can I please complete?
It was rejected by the government.
1 minute. It's a notification.
Any babu, tomorrow when I'm in government, some babu gets me a
Tehsil
notification.
Punawala,
I uses a toilet paper and throw it away. How does
either you become the anchor of the show or allow me to speak.
No, I'm
Mera
asking.
show hai.
Sure.
Mera show hai.
Sure.
Let me make my
Sure,
premise here. It's in fact not even a 4, it's a 5-page order, and it clearly says that in urban areas a tax will be levied at 25 rupees per seat.
Sure.
Right. Now, Shehzad Punawala, is highlighting the story a problem, or is the thought behind the toilet tax a problem?
First of all, I hope Tehsin won't interrupt me, because all that he has spoken is pure gas, since he's taking the analogies forward. And Tehsin Punawala, either you're so incompetent that bureaucrats remove any notification and your ministers are clueless. Maybe they are more involved in learning from the UP model, which they should. Even the second minister has acknowledged that UP model is better than Congress's model. But having said that, now tell me, Tehsin Punawala, you said that all of this was pure fiction. Flour increased from 9.3 per kg to 12 per kg for poor people. Rice from 10 rupees to 13 rupees. Oil from 113 to 123 rupees. Subsidy on electricity, where you are going to give 300 units free, cut. Diesel increased by 7 rupees a litre. What happens to the farmers? Cement increased by 20 to 25 rupees per bag. You had promised free water, free electricity, petrol, diesel sasta hoga, milk sasta hoga, stamp duty sasta hoga, cement sasta hoga. You have increased the prices of all these things, including water tax, which was never there, 100 rupees per connection. Are these all fictions? Now I'll tell you what has happened. Jahan jahan Congress आई, वहां लूट महंगाई और बर्बादी लाई. Free बिजली, free पानी का वादा करके टॉयलेट पे टैक्स. This is the first party in the history of the world, Navika, which has a motto of loot and lota. ये लूटती भी है एक हाथ से और दूसरे हाथ से लोटा भी थमाती है. बताइए, मतलब कि राहुल गांधी की पार्टी का चरित्र देखिए. फ्रॉम कर्नाटका टू हिमाचल दे मेड बिग प्रॉमिसेस एंड बिग क्लेम्स कि खटाखट ये दे देंगे, खटाखट वो दे देंगे, और दिया क्या? या तो मूडा स्कैम का लूट, या तो हिमाचल में लूट, या तो लोटा, या तो मिल्क के दाम बढ़ा दिए, या पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम बढ़ा दिए. मेरा केवल इतना सवाल है. नाउ ही इज सेइंग अबाउट फिगर्स. लेट मी टेल यू व्हाट इज द ट्रूथ. Congress, when it left the government in 2017, 48,000, 50,000 crore was the debt of Himachal Pradesh. Despite paying the interest, the 5-year debt that was increased in the Himachal Pradesh during BJP tenure was merely 19,500 crores. And Congress in the last 2 years has taken debt of 24,000 crores in 2 years. So imagine if Congress continues like this, it will overtake Sri Lanka also. Just a small state of Himachal will overtake Sri Lanka. Now, before Tehsin Punawala says other lies, I must just tell him one thing, that Congress party should tell us that what is their model. They said they will promise, they'll give everything free, everything free. आप OPS तेलंगाना में लागू कर पाए? नहीं कर पाए. आप यहाँ पर OPS लागू करने के बदले आपने salaries और pensions delay कर दिया. Please sir, I have not interrupted you. Thirdly, please tell me 1500 rupees कितनी महिलाओं को दिया? 300 यूनिट फ्री कितने घरों में दिया? मिल्क 100 रुपीस पर लीटर खरीदने वाले थे, कितने लीटर खरीदे? जॉब्स 5 लाख यूथ को देने वाले थे, कितने जॉब्स दिए? आज इसका जवाब दीजिए आप.
तहसीन, respond.
And no gas.
गैस पे टैक्स नहीं है.
The fact of the matter is, now, two things. Again, a lie is being told. And the paper that the BJP spokesperson is reading from should be used as toilet paper and thrown away. And I'll tell you why. OPS is not the reason for any reason of financial burden, because the OPS scheme until 2003 was for everybody. It's post 2003, which means the first batch of payments only come after 2034. So OPS has nothing to do. I've already explained and given you evidence that salaries are paid. Only one time the salaries were changed to save out short-term interest, which helps the state now. I am quoting Jairam Thakur ji. 7,000 crore rupees of GST compensation is pending. This is June 2002. Apart from that, 2,000 crore rupees of the revenue deficit grant and 3,500 crore rupees today. That means you owe me about 11,000 crore rupees as of today. Please give me my 11,000 crore rupees. Why is it that opposition states from Karnataka to Kerala to Himachal have to suffer? That is the question. Why do
so you're not paying them? They don't have money. The deficit that the Himachal government has is the outstanding that you owe them, and in the meanwhile, people of India and people of Himachal have to pay toilet tax. All your fault.
अब मैं बताता हूं कि how this should be discarded and flushed away these facts. You know, when Mr. Modi has come to service, he has increased the devolution to states from 31% to 42%. Karnataka, you have quoted. under UPA funds received 60,000 crores. Navika ji, kaan khol ke suniye. Under NDA funds given to Karnataka 2.4 lakh crore, and this is apart, not including, apart from the national infrastructure projects that center is funding, apart from Kisan Samman Nidhi, apart from Ayushman cards, all of this is alag. Now, in Tamil Nadu also 4x rise, in Himachal also, let me give you example of Himachal. Himachal Pradesh, whatever they are saying, only for flood relief last year and this year, 1,148 crores. The borrowing for states like Himachal have increased from 3% of GSDP to 5% of GSDP. This is the reality. And Tehsil Poonawalla, OPS agar kuch problem nahi create karta hai, to in your 2024 manifesto, show me where you have promised OPS.
Well, the question is not about OPS. Question is not about diesel and petrol prices. The question that I want to ask Vivek Silas, when there is GST applied, where all chief ministers and finance ministers of states are present, Rahul Gandhi calls it the Gabbar Singh tax. Now, this toilet tax, is this fair on the people of Himachal Pradesh? Toilet pay tax, and what will now happen? Tax inspectors will go to people's houses and check how many toilets are there. Next will be how many times do you go to toilet? Are we reaching ridiculous levels because we want to finance a Khata-Khat model wherein Khata-Khat 8,500 रुपए आपके अकाउंट में आएंगे जो कभी नहीं आए?
I think Navika ji, as Tehsin, I don't know whether he must have said very rightly that the notification has been rejected by the Himachal Pradesh government. I think there is no need for any debate on that. But the thing that I could analyze up till now is the pressure of finance on Himachal Pradesh government and the government of India as well. You said that 87,000 crore are debts for the Himachal Pradesh, which is a record, and Shahzad compared it with Sri Lanka. But why do people forget? And I want to remind the people of the country, when Mr. Modi came in power in 2014, the total debt of India was 55,000 crore, which has gone up to 2,10,000 crores right now. That means almost 1,50,000 crores loan has been taken by the Modi government, and that is why we are seeing such a huge inflation in the country. I think Shahzad Poonawalla should be more worried as to what has happened in Pune. The horrific rape incidents in the BJP-led state of Maharashtra, and he comes from Pune. I think he should be more worried about that rather than talking about constipation and gases.
But you think toilet tax is fair? And this 5-page notification, this is a piece of people's imagination. It was proposed. It was. आप तो कह रहे हैं U-turn सरकार तो मोदी सरकार है. यहाँ U-turn हो रहा है तो आपको दिख नहीं रहा है.
I think the head of Bharatiya Janata Party, who controls the social media, has said again a big lie on the X platform. He said that the toilet seats are being taxed, but the fact of the matter was that it was 100 rupees a month for a house, and the maintenance charges were 110 rupees.
Either my education has been faulty or you have not read the order, because I can read page 4 of the order, which says, where in urban areas some establishments use their own water sources and the sewerage system of the department, sewerage charges will be levied at rupees 25 per seat per month. Now, English language as it exists today, and I come from an English medium school. I don't think I'm understanding wrong. Am I?
First of all, it is very unfair to trivialize something as horrific as a rape in Pune. Nobody is standing in defense like you stood in defense of Nawab Yadav. Nobody is standing in defense like you stood in defense of the Katwa rapist supporter Lal Singh, whom you gave a ticket to contest. I did not interrupt you, sir. I did not interrupt you.
If you say like that,
sir, you cannot. Vivek ji, if you want to interrupt, or you want to say you first speak, then I'll speak. Or you don't interrupt me. I did not interrupt you.
If you point out those things,
1 minute, one at a time.
First of all, Navika, if you want to speak about the Pune rape, then when the Badlapur rapist got shot, don't start screaming and start tearing your pants down and shirts down for him. Secondly, what action you took on RG medical case, we know. We know what action you took in Kannauj. We know what action you took in Kerala when Simi Rosebell John spoke. We know what action you took in Katwa. We know what action you took on Sharda Rathod when she said Chamdi Damdi. Today's issue is very sensitive and important issue, and this is also related to dignity. I'll tell you how. When Modi ji started toilet campaign, ODF banane ke liye, or open defecation free banane ke liye, it was for dignity of women. Today there are lakhs of toilets in schools and houses because of which the girl dropout rate has come down and rapes have come down. But having said that, today's issue, please, yes, because of this scheme. You don't know it, you should go and read the United Nations reports. But having said that, today I'm saying, 1 second, sir, I'm not interrupting you. I'm not interrupting you. महंगाई was an issue, no, in the election. बस के दाम, पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के दाम, मूंग के दाम, दाल के दाम, सबके दाम बढ़ाने के बाद you're saying shamelessly that नहीं महंगाई तो इशू ही नहीं है. अब टॉयलेट पर टैक्स है आपके. भाई टॉयलेट तक को नहीं बख्शा. एंड टुडे शेमलेसली यू आर सेइंग दैट दिस
महंगाई इशू है क्या नहीं है, क्या इशू है, जो
टैक्स बढ़े घटे है या नहीं है, टॉयलेट टैक्स इशू है या नहीं है.
इशू अभी कल जो वोटिंग हो रही है हरियाणा में, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. 8 तारीख को रिजल्ट होगा, हम दोनों बैठेंगे.
हरियाणा के टॉयलेट पे टैक्स लगने वाला है. मेरे हरियाणा वासियों, ये आएंगे आपके टॉयलेट गिनेंगे और टॉयलेट पे टैक्स लगाएंगे.
1 minute. Ishkaran Bhandari, is election or voting the answer to every question? कि कल पता चल जाएगा, वोट आएंगे. टॉयलेट टैक्स as even if it was a notification that has been taken away, the fact that these proposals have started coming in, does it not show that the Khata-Khat model is a complete failure? Number one. Number two, that even something like toilet tax, which has huge health ramifications, in fact in this country, if there is one scheme, it is the Swachh Bharat mission and the building of toilets, which is actually the Izzat Ghar for women in rural areas. Everybody has seen, and people have seen that 60 to 70,000 children lives are being saved because of the increased coverage of toilets. Those toilets are going to be taxed. Does it not raise questions about the thinking and the logic?
The tax is on urban toilets, not rural toilets.
It's a question to me now. Let me answer. Navika ji, first, Navika ji, it's a question to me. I'm speaking last. Please, can I have my turn now without interruption?
Okay, urban toilet. आपको urban लोग citizens of India नहीं लगते हैं. आपको सिर्फ rural लोग लगते हैं.
Navika ji, can I answer?
गलत बोला है ना. Okay.
All right. Ishkaran Bhandari, respond. Vivek, coming to you.
Without the there is no tax on verbal diarrhea. Does not mean we keep interrupting and ejecting on that. So let us now first come to the facts of the case. Firstly, people are trying to say it is a mere proposal. It is not a mere proposal. There is a legal distinction. Proposal is made by bureaucracy, then it is confirmed. When it is notified, it's a decision which is implemented. You could later turn the decision. So please don't reduce as it was a bureaucratic proposal. It was a decision which was later taken back. Second aspect, it's the most serious topic we can think of because A, it deals with taxes. Secondly, it deals with health of people. Throughout history, millions of people have died because you did not have proper sanitary or proper disposal of garbage or proper disposal of what happens in a pot. The third aspect, which is most important here, is the mindset. We have had a government Congress in 1970s having 97.5% as the peak tax rate. They were communists who defended that also. What happened? Yes, communist country like China leapt forward, and that is where the differences started happening in our GDP and per capita 1970s onwards. This mindset of taxing, while the solution should be to provide more toilets so people have basic dignity of life, this should have happened in the first 20-25 years after independence. It is happening after 2014. 12 crore toilets are being made. But once you start taxing a seat, you disincentivize people from building toilets, from using toilets, because what is the natural quality? What would be the sequitur? How many times you go to toilet, they will tax that. How many people in the house use the toilet, you will tax that. That is the problem with the mindset of how you are taxing things.
अब टॉयलेट जाने की भी टिकट खरीदनी पड़ेगी. You will have to buy tickets. You will have to buy tickets to go to your own toilet at home. Vivek Srivastava, and you're saying you support that.
I hope I get a good time equal to at least that of Ishkaran Bhandari, and I'm not cut short.
It is the mindset which needs to be
let me speak.
Not a decision.
First of all, you are all playing an agenda game because of the elections in Haryana. You are all talking illogical things. How you are connecting
going to the toilet is not on your agenda, sir. Going to the toilet is not on your agenda, sir. It's on every human being's agenda.
5 सेकंड भी बोलने नहीं दिया. गलत बात है ये मैम. आप मुझे कम से कम 40 सेकंड बोलने दीजिए, फिर आप अपने पॉइंट्स को लाइए। आपने एजेंडा प्ले किया है नाविका मैम और इश्करण ने। देयर इज नो कनेक्शन, द टैक्स वाज ऑन अर्बन एरियाज। अर्बन एरियाज के अंदर डेटा जरा स्टडी करिए। I mean the domestic population
It is a natural impulse to go to toilet.
who are actually generating their own water for their own consumption is only 2%. This bill was aimed at targeting corporates, big hotels, 5-star malls, and they are the ones who were getting their own water out, and they were not paying for the sewage treatment. There is no relationship, Mr. Ishkaran Bhandari, between rural kids with no toilets and this particular tax. Yes, you can question the mechanism of the tax. You can question.
I will answer this. Navika ji has taken my name 3 times. I need to answer this.
But if you are saying that big corporates should go scot-free, they can take out their own water and throw it out and let it be free for all for the government to actually treat the sewage. This is wrong economics. Number 2, let India Alliance come into power. We are not going to leave these big shots. जिनके बैड लोन्स आप माफ करते हैं, नॉन परफॉर्मिंग एसेट्स, द एनपीएस, कैन यू गिव मी अ फिगर? एंड राइटली सेड बाय विवेक साइलस, व्हाट इज द लोन ऑन द इंडिया नाउ एंड हाउ द हेल आर यू रिलेटिंग द डेथ्स ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन बाय malnutrition and sanitation with this scheme? There is no relationship at all. This toilet tax was, and this was the toilet was
saying toilet tax is a good idea because the scheme nowhere says it's only for 5-star hotels. It says it's in urban places wherever there are toilets, there are toilet seats.
Rural बच्चे नहीं थे ना, अर्बन एरिया में रूरल बच्चे नहीं मर रहे ना malnutrition से।
क्या बात कर रहे हैं बच्चों में भी आप इतना भेदभाव? नहीं,
क्या बोली जा रही है?
तो अर्बन एरिया, urban area people have no right to go to the toilet. Urban areas people don't have right to go to the toilet. Going to the toilet is not on your agenda. You may be different kind of human beings, but normally going to the toilet is on everybody's agenda. But Ishkaran Bhandari is taking you out. Ishkaran.
Navika ji, yes. Navika ji, firstly, it's not about kids in rural.
It is not about every house.
Vivek Srivastava, you had your say, now let me speak. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you, now it's my turn to speak. Navika ji, first point. Navika ji, if you can lower his feeder, I need to speak. This is important. This is important. He should not filibuster and waste the time. He made his point. He was not interrupted. You don't waste the air time by filibustering. Come on the facts of the case. First, now you took my name and answering you. You took my name, you said certain things, I need to answer it. Firstly, Navika ji, it is not about rural kids or urban kids. Kids everywhere matter, and lack of sanitation either in urban area or in rural area will cause disease. Everybody knows that. It's not a rural urban area. Lack of sanitation causes disease. It's a documented fact. The second aspect, if you are saying India Alliance when it comes to power will take action on corporates, why has it been withdrawn? You mean to say Congress government is favoring corporates there? Because they have withdrawn it. They have not stood with it. So okay, that's your thing. Congress has to answer as per your Congress.
I don't know. Much ado about trying to justify toilet tax. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut the crap and let's come straight to the point. Shehzad Poonawalla,
meat of the issue.
Is it really freebies leading to situation where people are now thinking of weird kind of taxes? Gabbar Singh tax पे problem है, तो toilet tax पे क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए?
You see, this is ultimately the crux of the issue, that which economic model. Of course, there are many things that are given like free rations, etc. One is an aspirational quotient and one is a self-dependent quotient. You make somebody dependent on you or you make somebody self-sufficient and aspirational. And in this dependency model, where the person thinks he's a sarkar, the kind of coffers you have to empty, that has resulted in bankruptcy in Karnataka. They have said that they have nothing left for development. But having said
I'm leaving this decision to the people of India, to the viewers of Times Now. Toilet tax, 5-page notification, is that the issue? The logic behind that the issue? Or is the U-turn the issue? Or is it really shooting the messenger who exposes the thought process behind building policies for the people of India? Is it wrong to debate this? And is it right for the Congress Sarkar in Himachal Pradesh to put out a notification of this kind, taxing every toilet seat? Is there no peace even in this basic right of a human being? It's the question that everybody is asking tonight. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on Pay to Poop Debate.